Nice time at the pool. Really makes me want it to not be terribly hot and also late at night right now.
Yeah.
But of course, this is the optimal time to be grinding into the depths of the palace, which is actually more or less literal. We are going downwards, I guess.
Going into the hall, so to speak. The keel.
We didn't really spend too much time in the actual diet building itself, which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Not as the legislative, not as much legislative action as I was hoping for. A lot of rat action though.
Have you seen the inside of the actual diet building? Is it historical? Like, is it supposed to be historically?
Once again, my knowledge on Japanese politics is not just lacking, but lacking to a ludicrous degree for what we're trying to do here.
Well, yeah, but this game feels like the kind of thing where you'd actually have a scene where you go into the diet building.
Yeah, I mean, they paid for by the Tokyo Tourism Group, as always.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird that we haven't seen that.
Yeah. I mean, I suppose at the same time, though, it's like, how are they going to get into the actual diet building in here?
Yeah, I suppose. I mean, but they did write it, so it's their fault.
They did, in fact, write the game. They could have just had main character sneak in. Okay, I guess we did actually get to see all the rats here.
Well, maybe not even sneak in. Just maybe go there for a field trip instead of going to fucking Hawaii, of all places.
Yeah.
Like, that they didn't...
partially paid for by the Hawaii Tourism Association.
That would make sense. And if that's the case, then that's, I guess, more justified. But they didn't do anything in the story in Hawaii.
Yeah, we didn't see, big Hawaii landmarks in the same way that we do in the ones in Tokyo.
Yeah.
I do appreciate seeing Morgana still do, the whole cat thing and stay on all four legs unlike everybody else.
That is actually pretty cute. That is, adorable.
It is a good touch, which, once again, it's weird that for the rat scenes, of all things, and it's they put in so much attention.
Yeah.
Look how his tails go.
Uh-huh.
Look at him. Flopping around. Anyway, still not the point in time that I'm going to show what it actually looks like when you get into a battle in rat style, but don't worry, it's coming up.
Okay.
Yeah. Once again.
Drink.
Yeah, just let me take a shot right now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, and I guess the premise for this episode is the drinks or whatever. I don't know.
Yep, I poured myself a nice stiff drink for this one because it's been
Put that on the back burner.
quite a while. This might be against TOS. I mean, I poured myself a nice glass of apple juice.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Some classic unfermented apple juice.
Unfermented normal apple juice. Not Apple Jack. Make no mistake on that one. It's going to be entirely different. But yeah, more interstitial rooms before we get to the next thing, where we're doing slots. So I guess it's pretty not dissimilar to the last palace we were just in.
I mean, and
what does that mean? I don't know.
Persona 5, the only thing it really does for me is that it's a great drinking game. We're not going to drink.
Good God. I never actually thought of it like that, but Persona, there's... we made almost a bingo chart one time.
Yeah, and then to the point where our own references to the bingo chart became itself a bingo chart.
Yeah, which is frustrating that it's look, we know that over time that I would eventually be infected by Persona 5 as exactly what happened, all my blood and all that.
Yeah.
But, not in that way. That's not how I wanted to go.
Mm-hmm.
The best laid plans of mice. We did that last episode.
The best laid plans of mice
and
men.
you ruined it too. You ruined it for this episode.
The best laid plans of mice and men, Old Lang Syne.
Yes, exactly. Anyway, more dedicated door opening. It's not actually dedicated. I think that they have a the door opening cutscenes that they just randomly cycle through, which is the wildest thing that I might say this episode. But that's the truth. It's what is actually happening here.
Yeah, it does seem like they alternate. Now that I'm thinking, yeah, that's a nice.
Episode 5, we have a new system called the Door Dedicated Cutscene System.
That's why this game got delayed
DDCS.
for 5 years. It was just
the game had to be delayed multiple times until we were able to get it so that we could have different cutscenes each time you open a door.
It was
in a way that's refreshing but also interesting.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, speaking of which, that sounds like a Bob Odenkirk, and pray for Bob Odenkirk because he was in the hospital.
Yeah. I mean, being an actor is tough, and especially like during the real summer months right now.
Yeah.
I can understand that it's like I'm just hoping that it's a slight bit of overwork and that's it. Because we need him to stay around so we can continue to make references to Mr. Show.
He needs to stay alive for another.
And the potential for even more Mr. Show references.
Yes. Well, we
what if we can't get him on the series to reprise his role? Actually, that was mostly David Cross on the Pre-Tape Collins show. But I suppose we can get him to do like the
look, the fact that we can't reference
the summer camp.
Yeah, and the fact that we don't reference a lot of these is just because we can't do a good enough imitation. Like, we would be constantly doing the pool hall scene where he's just teaching people, like,
No, you know what I would want? I want him to say more money equals better than.
Yeah,
that's one of my favorite sketches that we have. We have not talked about Worthington's Law nearly enough. This is once again a weird direction for the episode to take.
But we did actually talk about Worthington's Law, I think, in the context of like Shido being rich or something. Like,
I might have been Kaneshiro, to be honest.
Yeah, that would actually make more sense. Yeah, I think I remember we talked about it when we were in the outside of Kaneshiro's palace.
Yeah, I mean, he literally had money trees there, which, once again, God, I love the design of the palaces. They did such a good job with them. It's too bad that, the drinking game. I called it parody tier. We'll call it drinking game dialogue at this point.
Yeah.
I think that is, just take a shot every time Ryuji doesn't understand anything. And take a shot every time that main character, like, should respond to something after somebody's been talking to them for 5 minutes.
There's free cheese
and just
on the
says,
ground back there. Yeah.
What? Oh, yeah, the cheese. So you can, as mice, when you have the rat light on, actually eat the cheese. I don't know what it does.
Okay. Did you see that, like, too late to try it?
No, I actually... No, when I was doing the Japanese version of this, I was going through this and... like eating every single cheese because I was thinking maybe that's going to be the requirement to get one of the will seeds or something. But like, it just says like, hey, it's refreshing. I love it. So yeah.
Oh, by the way, I want to point out that I think the problem is that in the door opening engine, they have a requirement where if you unlock the door, then you have to use a cutscene. It's hard coded in. And it was back in 2010 when they did that. I mean, they were almost done with the game in, like, 2010. It was actually going great, and they're like, this door opening thing isn't going to work.
Yeah, I mean, they had, like, a hit on their hands with Catherine and everything as sort of, like, the tech demo for the engine. They knew exactly what they wanted to do. It was all done, but it's just like, the dedicated cutscenes for opening doors.
And now this is really the only problem with it. It works perfectly fine, but, if you do an unlock, you have to get a little bit of a cutscene.
A triumph of technology.
Yes. Well, you have to remember this.
So, again, there is actual story that happens in this dungeon. It's just these sort of things are what made me be like, maybe not. Anyway, if you're wondering, no, you don't actually get caught by the cages when you eat the cheese out of it. I think I do that at least once in this episode, but I can't really say for sure.
In fairness,
look, taking 3 hours to go through a palace and then doing it twice on the easiest and hardest difficulties in the game.
Also, note that we did the exact same dialogue for that door. Unlocking it.
Hey, the system is breaking down. We've been revealed to be in a simulation the entire time.
Well, now, in fairness, because I always
Persona 5.
I always give Danganronpa props in every single one of these videos.
You always give Persona 5 chuff. What's up with that?
Yeah, well, in this case, honestly, Danganronpa is not much better than Persona 5. I mean, like, just, where do you go? Where do you go? Where do you go? I mean, it's just that they made the game...
Cotton Eye Joe.
Yeah. They made the game...
You set me up for that one.
Yeah, no, you did. That was good. 80 hours. It's 80 hours shorter or something, and so it's justified.
It is? I don't know, that struck me as a pretty long game. Danganronpa was an interesting game, I remember, when it initially came out and had this huge translation like initiative to try and get it out to the Western audiences. Eventually did obviously get a proper like release, official release and everything like that, but that was still interesting to follow at the time and everything.
That's really interesting because like that's one of those things where we don't really think about that. That is like the kind of yeoman's work that actually brings like people to the cultural products that are like because
unlike me.
Yeah, like this is basically this game is encouraging xenophobia. This is the worst.
That's a harsh indictment of the game.
No, it's us because we're just shitting at it. Like we have no.
Well, okay, yeah, it is because of us.
In fairness, I'm sure Japan is a lovely place, and this game is not representative.
Now, look, I would love to go to Japan.
I would
and
too.
I would also love to ask,
I actually want
people about like, hey, what they think of Persona 5.
In fact, I would say this game, in terms of like just the superficial angle of just showing off scenery and neighborhoods and stuff, it does make me want to go to Japan. I actually want to see.
I'm still on the 100% on the side of just like they definitely did good with the money they were given from the Tokyo Tourism Board.
Yeah.
Which I suppose, with the way that it's just like the constant delays due to the whole door opening system and everything,
well,
they needed to have some extra money.
Well, that's the thing is they got the majority of their funding from Asa Abloy, the big conglomerates for doors and door products.
Oh yeah, absolutely, and also like you can't forget about the Bitcoin investments too.
Oh yeah.
What do you think that they're referring to here? They don't even look at real money as being like viable anymore. It's all about the digital, the crypto, man.
Yeah, that was actually the big problem is they were halfway done and then Bitcoin was invented, and then they had to retool the game to make it about Bitcoins, about how Bitcoins are the best currency.
Did you know that Shido actually represents the creator of Bitcoin, Mr. Bitcoin himself?
I did not know that.
That's right. And that's why it's like everybody is tied to him, and their fortunes and misfortunes, literally and figuratively, fall entirely on his shoulders.
So, am I the only one picturing Mr. Bitcoin as like Ronald McDonald, but he's got like a dollar sign on his hat or whatever? Or
I just immediately go to Dr. McNinja's representation of him as a clown with a blue arrow.
Oh, okay. Dr. McNinja, that's a great webcomic.
It is a surprisingly good webcomic, even after the advent of webcomics came and went. It's like that one was one that I still read for a very long time.
Yes.
Never finished it though. I gotta go back.
I never finished it. Yeah, it's got a lot of great, visual gags.
It did have an actual end to it and everything.
That's surprising. It kind of felt like one of those series that could just go on forever.
No, the point in time that I dipped out on it was when they were doing the final arc, which is kind of wild that I did that then. But what can I say? My tastes are fickle and impossible to understand.
Yeah, same way.
Anyway, so yeah, I guess the cleaner's not actually Goro; it's a Yakuza guy. He just sends a bunch of Baphomet demons at me, which. Look, we used Baphomet to beat Sai. It's like, come on.
Now, is the cleaner, that's like usually a term for like an assassin, correct? Like that's...
Right, that's why he's Yakuza.
Yeah, and I'm going to say, like, is that the person doing the mental shutdowns or is that completely Goro?
No, that's totally Goro. Well, he wouldn't have the ability to go into the metaverse. Well, yeah, maybe. It's hard to say. So, like, the way that Goro talks is that he had the magical phone application. I am so distracted by the skybox and how it's clearly mirrored when we're going forward, by the way. But, yeah, he had the phone application before anybody else. And then that is, in fact, how he's been doing it. But there's also characters like Morgana who clearly do it in a way where... Morgana doesn't own a cell phone.
Yeah.
Still yet to be explained, and if it's ever going to be explained.
I think that's pretty simple. Morgana's a cat, and cats don't own cell phones.
Right. That is, I think you've taken the title of Ace Detective away from Goro with that deduction.
Well, what about the original, like, Detective Conan? Wasn't he the original ace detective?
No, absolutely not. He still remains the ace detective of all time.
Okay.
Also, yeah, I said before that in Persona 4 there was already a detective prince that existed in that game, and they only gave like one line of dialogue referencing that, which is unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, disciplinary whip, great!
Hey, look at this.
I love it.
Okay.
Yeah, Anna's all over that disciplinary whip.
That's been a weird theme for
Jeez.
a lot of the recent Persona games. They like the whips. They like the BDSM subculture.
Yeah, in my opinion, it's kind of a little bit of a devolution for the
That easy,
series.
huh?
Look, I'm making a
I can tell
Devo
by your
reference.
face.
Oh yeah, wait, what? That's a Devo reference?
Yeah, whip it.
Okay, I'll let you. Ah, damn it! Actually, that's pretty good.
What is there to explain? Devo did whip it. The
Right,
band Devo
right.
did the song whip it.
I'm gonna be honest. I'm familiar with a lot of Devo songs.
Okay,
I actually
yeah.
genuinely really do like them, and that was
They're-
not the first song that came to mind when I thought of Devo.
They're the most popular song, but yeah, they're a good band. Sure.
Remember when they had a Devo 2.0?
I don't remember that, but
It was like a kids group that did, kids
And-
bop style covers of Devo songs.
and they wore the hats, of course. So yeah, I could see that.
Of
yeah.
course they did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, they were human. Actually, they weren't.
What else would they be?
Devo.
The continued devolution of the human race, which is where that name came from, by the way.
Yes. I mean, I just, I,
Okay.
Station, isn't he?
Look, we all
Hey,
know
look,
the
it's
origin story
the
for the
Future
band
Party
Devo.
777 machines. The most popular ones in the casino right now.
Yeah, Ryuji's a big fan of that, I think.
Want to just beat it out of him?
No, he's a big fan of fighting people.
Let me
Oh,
handle this.
well, didn't he have 777 on his jacket though?
Real?
Wait, did he?
Yeah, like in the last thing with the casino. I'm almost
Actually, he
certain.
might have.
Like on his, maybe it's on his shirt.
I think he had it in his casual clothes, if I'm
That
remembering
might be
correctly.
right,
but-
yeah.
So obviously a child.
That is very
Yeah,
fitting for Ryuji to have a shirt, like just a secondhand shirt with a random reference to a casino on it.
Oh, absolutely.
Like
It's like he's the punky character.
The kind of thing that you get at a thrift shop.
He's a real Brewster of a punk.
Yes.
Well, after all.
Oh boy, here we go. Well, I mean, okay, not this. We already knew about this part. But the TV, somebody who knows about TV, it's like, well, somebody who has a TV station. It's like, I suspected this before, the whole idea that, yes, every time that, like, Goro was appearing on television, everything was just part of the further
Yep.
reasons that they were, the fantasies were getting more popular. But, yeah, this confirms it.
Oh, by the way,
Still silly.
is the thing like he's only gonna write a letter if Haru apologizes for her dad getting killed?
Truly
No. It's like, we're going to beat him up. Like, that's what we've been doing. So.
Please give me a letter recommendation.
Did you think something else was gonna? Did you think that we were gonna settle this one diplomatically?
I did not know.
You're the daughter of the late president.
Dude, I've been like handling all the stocks and everything.
You're like the
What are you
main
talking
shareholder.
about?
Yeah. Your employees probably resent you. Yeah, that is how that
Most
works.
bosses.
Yeah, it's like, oh yeah, your employees probably resent you, so we can't do that. Haru Okomuro.
Pay some kindness to his
Okumura.
daughter.
You've been saying his name Okumuro for a while. Now.
No,
Okumura.
Okay, Okumuro.
Ah,
Your father truly was a fool.
as if it matters at all.
He could have lived a life of luxury. If
No, as I'm clearly getting farther and farther into this drink, I'm just getting more petty.
I'm the
Just
one who
more
broadcast the
irritable and
moment of his
irascible, yeah.
mental shutdown.
Irascible, I think, is the word that I would like.
Shut us
Yes.
because of that.
We didn't get the proper threshold term here. It's like irascible is the perfect one for this stuff.
Yeah, it's weird. I was also thinking that. I'm like, yeah, that's a good word. It makes up for not thinking that threshold one from the last episode.
Oh, see, and I'm already feeling the pettiness well up in me to insult you once again for not coming up with something.
I really wish I'd thought of a word for threshold. Like, you wanted a verb.
It was your entire. That's the entire reason I have you here.
Get good ratings.
To buff out my entirely impressive dialogue already.
Yeah.
Oh no, my heart's changing.
Let's see. So, I mean, I guess we could probably do something with like enjambment. That's like a door thing. It's not.
Really?
It's actually no. It's actually a poetry thing. It's just jam is like a door tip. So.
Well, that's just Sun Wukong. I think you can probably see that one. Like, that's obvious.
We have lost so much of the thread here, just even by our own standards.
I was jumping right back into it. I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay.
Anyway,
That's Sun Wukong right there.
Yes.
Okay.
No. I was actually referring to something on screen there. That was not just apropos of nothing.
Okay.
Also, the skill name Reverse Rub is... It's something.
Reverse rub sounds really painful and uncomfortable. I don't know what it is, and I don't want to know.
Caused him to become berserk, so I suppose you can probably... Something?
Uh-huh.
Either way, once again, these enemies still have weaknesses, so... Even though you're watching this in the easy version, as it were, it's really not that much difficult. Much more difficult in the challenge difficulty.
A reverse rub is when you put exfoliated skin back onto your, the skin where you shed it, and then it goes right back in. You rub it back in.
It's like the opposite of Austin Powers' character Goldmember, the third Austin Powers movie.
I don't remember.
I'm surprised you didn't stop me there.
I know what Goldmember is. I have not seen it in probably 15 years, so...
So, one of the big things that he did in that movie was he was a big fan of taking off his dead skin and eating it.
Oh, okay.
This was a good gag.
Yeah. To be fair, dead skin is delicious.
Remember that.
Very salty, and
The one from the mafia who
sorry I
ended up
reminded
on the news a
everybody
while back.
of
The money
Goldmember.
he was gathering
That was not a great
all
entry in the
went to
series.
Shido-san.
The series...
No, in the venerable Austin Powers series.
Well, I feel like the series, it might not hold up. You're telling me that, like, if I went back and watched it, it wouldn't hold up. But I'm wondering if
Okay, the first movie was... It was okay. It was good.
Uh-huh.
Hey,
That's some fun stuff. The second movie had its moments.
Uh-huh.
Goldmember is trash. Just throw it in the trash.
It really is,
this
yeah.
guy's not a real person.
Didn't have anything.
Telling him ain't gonna do shit
It was
for
just
us.
complete retread and one that didn't really work.
Down Shido himself.
Yes, totally dross. Anyway, back to
I
Goro.
would never have imagined that their leader would commit suicide.
Dross from
Kachiko,
the
did
Friends.
you anticipate this curious turn of
It's
events?
dross from De Friends.
Oh, certainly not to this extent. But it is
That's-
important to note that he was
And 22 minutes into the episode, we've already run out of
Getting
stuff.
captured must have wounded his pride.
It's gone.
irreparably. Such things happen often to insurgents.
So yeah, Goro at least, hey, we get
According
like,
to the police, the
you know,
whereabouts
the
of
last
the
time we
other
saw him,
members
he
are
was trying to
still
literally
currently
murder main
unknown,
character. So it is nice to see at
considering
least
they
like,
no longer
what is he
require
doing?
testimony
What is he
from
doing
the
now?
leader.
Well,
The
we saw
investigation
him
will be
explaining
halted.
his plan to Shido and having
May I
Shido
butt in
explain his
for a
plan to
second?
Goro and so on.
Well,
Of course.
yeah, and you know, I guess he was actually on TV
The
once
Phantom
where he was
Thieves
talking
may
about that
have
whole
laid low
thing,
since
but
then,
like,
but
yeah.
they must not be
I do
excused.
appreciate
I
it in
don't care
some
if
way
they come
getting a
after
little
me.
bit more idea
the
before he
victims
becomes,
of
I
their
assume,
evil
the
deeds and for
villain
their
of
families.
Mementos for the last story arc.
I will
I can't believe there's
capture
going to be a
the
last
remaining
story
Phantom Thieves,
arc. This is,
no matter
like, what?
what.
Can you think of anything else in the rest of the,
Apologies.
what is this, 98 episodes that we've done
This is not
that
cool.
says, aside from the fact that Mementos exists and we're going to go
How
into
about we
it?
use this opportunity to poll the audience?
It's like,
Those
is
who
there
believe the
anything?
detective of justice will annihilate the Phantom
No.
Thieves. Press your
Even in
buttons
Persona
now.
4, they had, like, some stuff you could go off of.
What's that number doing?
Aye.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Everyone
that's
in the
cool.
audience
I see.
agrees.
Wow,
Looks like
that's
we can
amazing.
back down now.
I will do the best. I can.
I
Oh,
won't.
but I do have to study for my college entrance exams.
Yeah, he's such
Okay,
a little
yeah.
scamp.
I promise that.
He's like, oh yeah.
Yeah, we had 3% of people on the website
None
that
of
thought
these
we were
people
in
know that I was an
innocent.
undesirable child.
This is still less contrived than the whole conversation with Shido, by the way.
Yeah, this is actually. Oh, we're actually getting some character. You know, he's got an inner life, and it's honestly, it's not.
An ace detective.
It's honestly the same as the other characters, but it's just so much more badass because it's Goro.
Bestowed upon me by the
Because he is literally a mass murderer.
Yeah, well, I mean, not
There's the
just,
John Mulaney voice again.
yeah, not just that, but it's just like, oh, he's really just like, oh yeah, here's my backstory. I was never loved by my family. No one thought I could do it, so I became a famous ace detective.
Which is good because, we did miss the last two parts of Social Link. And somehow I have the feeling that we're probably not going to be able to go back and see more of that.
I don't know. He seems like a nice guy.
Perhaps my mind was worked
Yeah,
up
we might be
due
able to
the major
convince him to
task
come to
undertaken.
the bathhouse once again. Oh, he shot me.
Oh yeah, that's right. He did. That's probably going to be a little bit of a barrier, but
If you don't turn off your phone,
How
the
embarrassing.
beast might change your
Yeah.
heart.
Oh, shut up. That is so stupid.
See? Even a Ketchikun space is stiff
Yeah,
enough.
I'm telling the video game to shut up once again.
Sorry about that.
Once again.
Just make sure to turn it off when you go to the movies.
People that keep their phones on during the movie are truly even worse than Cheeto.
yeah. I mean, honestly, it's one of those things where I think if you're in the back row and it's not like your phone is on, then yeah, fine. You know what? That's
Oh,
a
straight up, if it's, the third week showing of a not very good movie in the first place, fucking go, take out your DS and start playing Castlevania if you want.
Uh-huh.
But if this is a packed movie theater, that's where the difference comes in.
Well, yeah, and if you're in the back of the theater and it's not
You're
just,
the only people in the theater watching the Jack Black movie Envy,
well, it's kind of like a smoking
like
section.
I did one time.
It's a smoking section kind of problem, except it's not as bad. Because if everyone's in the back, if everyone's in the smoking section, a la Jim Carrey in The Mask,
Done already? How
then
disappointing.
that's fine. Like, if everyone has agreed to that term, like, okay, I'm going to watch a movie.
You
and
can
everyone
be
in it-
Cuban Pete if you want to. Anyway, time to turn on the rat light. It's been too long since we've been rats.
Yeah.
And here we are again. So yeah, this is like more or less the dungeon section of the entire area. And although I tried to make it go fairly quickly, yeah, I'm gonna be honest here. A lot of it is yeah. Wait, what's going on here?
I don't know.
A lot of it does have issues related to the video footage freezing up. Apparently.
Oh, God. Don't tell me this is the whole thing.
No, I think. Oh, no, it's good. It's good.
Okay, it's good.
It's good.
Okay. Oh.
Okay. Ignore that.
This series is too worthless. Oh, there we go. Yeah.
I'm not gonna go record 3 hours of dungeon footage.
We don't like this series, and we're trying to get it over with. Well, we like this series. This series.
Where, in some. Okay, let's be real here.
Well, that's
I kind of do enjoy making fun of Persona 5.
It
But
is. It's nice.
that doesn't mean that I'd like it, Baka.
It would be
Okay.
It'd be nice if there was a game that was this long and all the content was good. So I think that means we got to do a Final Fantasy game
Can we
after
go
this.
around to the other side?
Oh, we could if you look. There is one on the list.
Ooh.
Or there's also one that I can just do whenever I
Yeah.
want to because it's my channel.
Yeah.
Never forget that I do, in fact, have the ability to just play whatever game I want to at any point in time.
Yeah, we choose Persona. You choose Persona.
I choose life. I choose a job. No, we've already done train spotting references. Damn it.
Oh,
But, yeah.
Joker.
Look. One of the things when I started this channel, one, I'm not going to read out all the dialogue that they say in the game.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to read text on screen.
Good.
That's boring.
Uh-huh.
2, I will finish every series. Finish what you started.
Yeah.
Always finish what you start. And I started the Persona series where we will end the Persona series.
Even after it's become maladaptive.
Long after it's become malevolent in so many ways. Draining not only the life from me, the life from you, replacing all my blood with Persona 5, destroying the channel and subscribership and viewers and everything like that.
Uh-huh.
It will still be done.
Yeah.
Do you think that sort of thing is enough to stop me?
We should get a super
Do you
cut
think
of
that...
all
Oh no, my heart's being changed again.
we should get a super good of all
Like
the
a
doors.
full-on villain
Yeah.
speech. I've been doing this for 4 years. I have over 30,000 subscribers.
Huh.
Yeah, exactly. uh,
Ooh, it's nice.
Mere
warm.
phantom thieves like you stop me.
All right.
Yeah, look, we just got. Don't sigh.
No, I'm sighing
Come
because
on.
I noticed that there was a lock on the door, and we're gonna do a.
Oh yeah,
cutscene
we
for
also
that.
only like halfway through it.
Yes.
I thought that's what you were referring to.
There's a lot of things to be sighing about in Persona 5.
Especially Nijima.
Yes.
There we go, everybody. That's
That-
the best pun of the series.
Yes.
Clarence, so.
Hey, Joker. Something here I'm wondering about.
I'm pretty far through my drink if you haven't guessed yet.
Yeah. I mean, it's more.
Ugh.
It's apple juice, but this time of night, it's sort of it's kind of it's
Yeah,
intoxicating.
it's almost like 1 a.m. right now.
It is.
Whatever, I don't regret it. We got like 3 hours of dungeoneering to go through.
Yeah. Once we're done with this dungeon, then we're done with dungeons for the entire game.
Okay.
That's my hope.
How many times have we said that's not actually true?
Oh yeah.
Like, you can't fool people like that. Nobody can fool people like that.
The only way that I'm getting through this series is if I continually delude myself about how much is left.
You know, that actually is something that you can put on the bingo card. Which is funny enough. Anyway.
At a certain point, this is just a bingo card for depression.
The bingo card for the depression is also, you know, despite the fact they do shoot you with automatic rifles, they don't actually hit you ever, which is pretty great.
Mhm.
I mean, for me at least.
By the way, why are you like skipping these chests that are in
Awesome,
the
well,
room?
we'll see.
Ah, whatever.
Someone lead-
There's my response. Prove me wrong.
Yeah. All right, I can't.
You can't. I knew it.
What are the
Checkmate, atheists and all that.
What are the will
Represent
seeds supposed to
will seed.
represent?
Nice find, Joker.
The will seeds are supposed to be, at least according to the original, the, like, time that we found them back in Kamoshida's palace. They're like treasures, but smaller. In other words, you're not going to destroy the entire palace by taking it out, but they do represent like a concentration of distortion,
Okay,
considering like the evil of the person who creates them.
I see. So they're seeds that represent the will of that person. And why do they look like kind of Neanderthals or like Cro-Magnon skulls or something?
They're supposed to, as far as I can tell, they're supposed to look like persimmons that are skulls, and I don't know about that, but
Okay.
the joke is supposed to be that ishi can mean stone and also volition in Japanese.
Yeah, of course, and that's the thing is like a lot of these that's the kind of thing that's impossible to translate because it completely depends on the language. Like that's where you put a translated note in or something.
Oh man, when it comes to like fan translations, I am totally gonna do the whole like translators note thing. Here's the thing, since like a lot of Japanese media, now just gets officially translated and officially released in the West here, you don't get the translator's notes anymore.
I really do miss it. I'm sure we've talked about it on the series, but it really is a nice touch where somebody's like, okay, what does itadakimasu mean?
And as we said last episode,
Yeah,
Hey,
I mean it's a
Uh,
it's a borrowed word for etc. Yeah, it's a
yes, exactly.
which is
But yeah,
that's
I don't
probably
know.
the-
I still
that-
I
that's-
find those fun.
Yeah, by the way, that's one of the worst puns in this series.
We just had the best pun. How do you manage in the same episode?
Yeah. Well, because
For some reason, the cleaner only ever summons Baphomets to you, which I guess is not a bad thing. They're weak to light. I know that because I've been using this guy for the entire dungeon in the Japanese playthrough, at least.
I kind of wish, and I think it's probably too late for this, but I wish we kind of got like a Snowpiercer thing where we also had people like in the bottom of the boat or the back of the boat that were sort of like, these are the poor people that are going to be carried along, on your ship. I mean, it would make sense with the Titanic. It's like, it's a Snowpiercer. That's a great movie.
Yeah, wasn't it a book originally?
I think so.
Have you heard of Icebreaker?
I have not, I don't think.
Did you know, in the Snowpiercer universe, that there was a second train called Icebreaker that was behind at the end? Yeah, no, that's the premise.
That's great.
It's pretty dumb. But yeah, there's a sequel, but you know. Yeah.
Not too interested in that.
Okay, here we go, finally. And despite the fact that this is on like the easiest difficulty possible, I still got completely schooled by every one of these enemies.
Well,
So,
you're bats. I mean,
Yeah, you're right. The rats, we are the rats. Celebrating now, I want to birth the bash.
what is that from?
Germa. There's the end screen. I at least wanted to show that off.
Okay.
Because I enjoy it a lot. It's, if you want to look it up, it's called The Rat Movie. It is an old YouTube thing by a man named Germa985, who is a character that I enjoy quite a bit.
Okay. By the way, I want to just mention briefly.
Actually, that was from the second one. That was from The Rat Movie too.
Anyway, I watched a production of the Nutcracker, and they had these mice in there, and I remember still being I was terrified of those when I was younger. Like, I don't know why. Not like in general, just those rats specifically.
Really?
Yes.
Come on, man.
That's interesting. I mean, it's like, yeah, the Rat King is, I guess I could say a large part of the production, but half of it, certainly. The other half, they just kind of watch a lot of dancing.
You're right.
Did I lose you?
No, I'm just drinking some water.
Okay, let's go.
You're
with
reflecting on the horror of the Rat King's minions in the Nutcracker Ballet.
Yes,
Nutcracker Suite.
exactly.
Okay, well, anyway, we're looking for an IT guy, and yet again, it's one of those things where, yeah, there was a big vent on the side of the ship that we saw earlier, but that's not good enough.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we already knew that one. Already beat up him. He turned to a bunch of snakes, like I do. All the time.
We're out of things to
I
say.
knew it. I knew doing this entire thing in one go wasn't a good idea.
Yeah, we're only gonna do 2 or 3, I think. I mean, that's not bad.
Okay, fine.
That's just fine. That's a good ratio.
It is a good ratio.
And
I'm a big fan of that
You
one.
shouldn't be sad.
Whatever. We're almost 40 minutes into this, and nobody watches the series anyway.
Yeah, true.
That's why I get blotto during it.
The center of your channel at this point, and no one watches.
Yeah, it's interesting that I would choose to put like the rotten, disgusting core first and foremost.
Oh, God.
But here we are.
No way.
One of the comments on one of the previous videos was like, "There's an extra semester for the Royale," and I don't know.
Oh no, that's the worst news of the entire episode. I think I missed that one.
Yeah.
Fuck! Oh no, it's because we're forced to Maruki's palace. Oh no! Oh Jesus God!
Yeah,
No.
and that's why we, Yoshizawa that's what we're gonna do for her.
Oh no! An entire semester? That's not a month. What have we done?
Why did I tell you that? Why are we doing this?
Oh! I'm rending my clothing, and wailing in distress.
This is hell.
This is
We're in hell.
We got a first class ticket, baby.
Yeah. Well, it's unsinkable.
God, then we're
though.
really gonna have to do the. Look, here's the thing. Marquis Palace did look cool, and I do like that. But the entire semester's not one palace.
Well, I'm sure it's gonna be. No, I have no idea. I hope that's not true. I hope somebody was a liar. But
No,
I know.
It can't be like that.
no, why would somebody say that? And I have to say, we have avoided spoilers pretty studiously for this game. I think we were actually genuinely reacting to this. So
No, I legit. Like I said, I knew Goro was the betrayer or whatever, which was like, oh well,
Oh,
yeah, give it everything that happened.
Not
at this point.
shocking. It is possible it was somebody else, but not very likely.
Hey,
Like it would have been more of a twist if it was somebody else.
Yeah.
But like past that point, I don't know what's happening. Like I said, I know the final boss theme is Rivers in the Desert, and then I find out that that's apparently actually Shido's theme because I played a little bit ahead. But
something. Oh,
that's it. I really don't know what's going to happen after the Shido Palace.
Yeah.
Straight up.
I mean, we know it's not going to be anywhere close to over, but we also don't know exactly.
Yeah, I guess that's the other spoiler that we've gotten. But like, that's. I mean, that's more in the sense that it is literally spoiling the game.
Dude.
You know.
Man, this ship is hella huge. Thank you, Ryuki.
That was not my intention.
Indeed.
Okay, well, it's got to go up here, do the thing, and I'm sure you can probably guess where the last will seed is.
It's at the very front.
announcement.
Nope, it's just on the other end.
Oh, okay.
Just go, instead of going left, you go
Yeah.
right.
Okay.
Still not the most interesting. I mean, remember that in the Japanese version that I do have a
Must be the
persona
IT
that
company
explicitly will reflect all
gonna
physical
go.
attacks by it?
Mhm.
So
yourself?
basically, if you run into a character that has a
So
lot
be on guard if we
Why
all
am I
get
even saying
together.
this right now? We just save it for
It's
10
IT
minutes from now when I go
This is
fight.
my time to shine. Should we leave it?
Damn it, if
there?
only I didn't drink all of this alcohol drugs.
I like that you have no option for saying no. Like you
It's
just.
like that show where
I know
the
that.
kid
I know
goes
that's a
shopping
lot of
alone
this
for the first
game,
time.
but it's like
What?
they're asking you a direct question, and it's clearly like
Feeling
there's
good
3
enough to
different
joke around,
answers, and all
so
of
maybe
them
this will be
meaning
fun
yes.
after all.
One of the
Just
things
yell
I've
if things
noticed
get
going through a lot of the
dangerous,
transcribing as of late is that Joker's responses you could actually just list as
What the?
one.
Who are you?
Like
Yeah.
you could just read it in order, and
Yeah.
that would be like
Those clothes.
a reasonable
I
response.
mean, why did
Yeah,
you come
like
in from the
yes,
window?
I'm worried it's a risk.
Well, if the door's locked
But-
and you weren't answering,
Yeah,
how
exactly.
else am I supposed to get in here? Oh, but I get how you feel.
It's
There's
like
supposed to
so
nothing
many of
better than
those. It
relaxing in your own
really,
room.
it's so
A girl?
it's such a
You're an IT guy, right?
betrayal
I can tell we
of like
talk the same
giving you
language.
multiple options.
It mocks the concept of choice.
That's not what matters here.
Yes, also
Just
yes,
who
also
are-
also yes.
Huh?
Yeah.
Is that your laptop?
Yes, sir.
This little guy caught your attention.
And we didn't even
huh?
respond to the
I
fact
made
that
it
like
myself.
Madarame and Kaneshiro were apparently under
This
Shido's
is
control, did we?
amazing. To think
No.
that you could do this much on a mobile device.
That was a thing.
Want to see the benchmark?
It's just it was so expected at this
So wait,
point.
Madarame and
Although normally I
Kamashita
just
were
use
both
this one
under.
as a
Is that what you're saying?
subprocessor when
Shido's
I'm
control?
Or not
Laptop
Kamashita, I mean
system.
Kaneshiro.
Kind of sure, yeah.
Do you
The
cyber
principal, unnamed principal man
Unnamed
in
principal,
the
yeah.
school was.
The
It's like
un-
there's
Of
nothing.
course.
Try
5
not to be
people
surprised
that
by
live
this.
in Tokyo.
I like that they have
Surprise.
this unnamed
I am
principal,
Midget.
but
I'm
like
the one who took down
a
the
lot of the
cake.
plot like kind of hinges on him dying. Like it's
Don't
not
believe me,
a
huh?
ton,
Here,
but it's
this
like
is
why would you not name the principal?
This is the
Like-
project server.
Why?
He did have a
All of
name,
them?
but we only ever found out in the English version.
Well, yeah.
It's
I'll need a letter of introduction.
Kobayakawa?
Man.
Yeah, that sounds right.
To think the website
It doesn't
would-
matter.
It doesn't matter, no, but I mean, it's like it would have been like the slightest touch that would have been like, okay,
That's right.
this is somebody with an
have to
inner
go
life that we're
destroy our
supposed to
work.
care about.
Because I'm a fan.
Well, that's Persona 5,
It was just
unfortunately.
because I
Also, we're
couldn't
going back to the
believe someone
Medjet
using
because
the
we
name without my
definitely want to
permission.
remind
So,
our
why don't you
players
send
how
Medjet
good
after
that
the
arc
Phantom
was.
Thieves?
Well,
There
I
was no
mean,
reason to
he's the
choose
guy that
Medjet
sent
per
the
se.
Shadow
Their
IT
popularity
president, and you
was
said that he was
convenient for us,
basically
though.
just like cookie cutter
We knew the
copying
Phantom Thieves
code
couldn't
into a
target an
fucking
anonymous
website.
group,
Yeah.
after all.
That's why.
Medjid's
But, I
defeat
mean,
was
that's-
supposed to be an
Yeah,
accident,
hey, I
so
at least
their actual
predicted
fall
this.
was quite a shock
This is
to me and
Omicron
Kenchiko.
level writing, by
We
the
were
way.
planning on shutting it down anyway, though.
Drinking
so it
game
really
level
didn't
writing?
conflict with our
Well,
plans.
I think
Phantom
specifically
Thieves must have
Omicron
enjoyed
because
their
it was
moment
just
in the
like this
spotlight,
feels like they're
not
trying to
knowing
do
it
all
would
this
be so
exposition to make it.
You see, you
seemed
gotta
deeper than it
abuse a tool
was.
like the internet. Well, the word
He
abuse
wasn't. It actually
doesn't
makes it way
really describe
shallower
it.
than it was.
I mean, in a certain no.
Comes in making
I
use
mean,
of the internet in innovative ways
that's
that
also true of
circumvent
Omicron, though.
legal restrictions.
well, yeah, you're right.
Little
Boy, that game.
I'm sure you understand.
Remember when they had like a religion
After all,
and everything
isn't
that
it
we
wonderful
never saw
manipulating all those
anything about that past?
information-illiterate
They were
idiots?
like worshipping a blue crystal. Yeah, hey, we're gonna find anything out about that? Nah,
Not
demons.
only are your
Yeah.
skills third rate, but you stink worse than a third rate person. Don't
You
treat
stink
me
worse
like
than a
we're equals.
third-rate person.
I'm gonna
Now,
reform
I
society.
is that good translation or bad writing or
Don't
both?
tell me you destroyed
it
my
super
website for this
is.
so-called societal reform.
That's right. It's because I'm a member of the
Like that's how
Thieves.
teenagers talk. It's like, wow, this stinks worse than third
Working on the
rate.
weak and calling
We
it
are talking
innovative.
about Futaba
Looks like
here.
I just gotta
Yeah,
find the
yeah, I
guy at the
suppose.
root of all this.
Well, then, you
Shido,
know,
now you're gonna give me
I
that
guess
letter of
her
introduction.
saying at the root of all
Why
this
would
is
I?
good.
But how about a
Gun
computer
kill.
competition for it?
Huh? Don't be ridiculous. I'd rather just kill you.
Well, yeah. What do you think was gonna happen here?
Again,
So this
melodrama.
still happens
Like
in the end.
we knew that there were. Yeah, this is still what happens in the end. Yeah.
The Kaneshiro Madarame one was more of a surprise.
At least
Like,
that was. In,
Yo, does anybody not have explicit connections to Shido at this point in time?
Uh-huh.
It's honestly to the point that it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Oberon and Titania. Once again, classic members of the Mega 10 franchise. Oberon is now weak to nuke damage, which is new as a Persona 5, so, don't really too much to say there. I think he was normally either strong or weak against ice or maybe lightning. But, new elements means new elemental weaknesses.
So he's like a monarch. It feels like this is like a visual pun, like for monarch butterfly or something, and nymphs or something.
It's hard to say because it's also another bunch of every one of the characters we fight here is a kind of generic enemy that we also encounter for normal shadows as well.
Okay.
So like it's not really that. It's not like these guys are very unique. Basically, they just have more health than normal and then not the normal weaknesses sometimes, as all mini bosses are in the game.
It's kind of hard to tell the difference between mini bosses, normal enemies, and normal enemies. This feels super arbitrary.
Mini bosses are basically souped up forms of normal enemies.
I see.
Like the actual bosses are unique, but mini bosses usually aren't.
Okay.
And there we go. Mini bosses usually do, like I said, like have strengths and immunities that the normal enemies don't have. They're at least slightly more powerful. Everybody having the most powerful form of each one of their elemental attacks too.
Okie dokie.
Finally.
We got a letter of introduction.
That's a big milestone.
Making that fake
Doesn't
medit wasn't
matter.
the only bad thing you did, right?
It's just
I
like,
wanna hear your biggest
main
secret.
character is, at this point in time, is kind of like,
Cognitive science
due to being the
research.
jack of all trades, he sort of, he also deleted all the cognitive science
After
research,
extracting
whatever.
The results of
Uh-oh.
the research, I deleted
Uh-oh.
every last scrap of the original data.
And then I killed Haru's dad.
I encrypted everything we had and put it on a domain inaccessible to normal
Yeah, he
people.
was, this
Don't
guy,
get me wrong, though.
unnamed
I
Shadow
don't know
IT
anything about
president, was
Yeah.
the person who killed Haru's dad.
Well,
What the
I
hell
was
was he
kind of
using?
joking. Well, my joke was that
What it was.
this is the person
You
who killed
won't let him
Futaba's
abuse
mom,
it.
which is what I thought.
No, it's not, actually. That was Goro.
Because
Every media outlet is vouching for the inevitable.
oh, that's right. 'cause
He just deleted the information and then, put a lock on it on the internet.
Oh, that's right. Because Goro has known Shido for 2.5 years. Okay.
I'm honored to hear that.
Remember?
And it was a mental shutdown, yeah. And remember how I was really dumb that was only 2 years ago? And,
What might that be?
you know,
Remember how it was dumb that Futaba forgot the fact that her mother was bleeding from her nose and eyes?
remember it was dumb, this entire plot in this entire game? Like, we don't...
Right at this
Like, the
No,
fact...
I forgot that part.
Oh, okay, well, let me remind you. This is a really bad game.
Well, let me remind you, the election is coming up soon.
Did something
Yeah, in
happen?
22 days.
Nothing in particular. But if something were to happen, it would already be too late.
I
Well,
can
man.
understand why you might be nervous. But why not stay calm and hold off until after the election?
Why
I'd
not?
like to take out all of the trash.
Do a silly
before my
dance.
inauguration as Prime Minister of this nation. For the sake of absolute victory, I need all roots of anxiety.
feel-
Absolute
possible.
victory.
No,
I mean, we did see that he is like 100%
You've
going to
never
become
mentioned
prime
such
minister.
things
I
before
can't
now.
believe that, like, all the way back in the Torinosuke storyline that I already predicted
Shido-san?
that.
Yeah.
That's like it's going to be him versus Torinosuke.
Do you understand
Yeah, that makes
what it
sense.
means to cross me?
And I also think that this is a little bit like
I'll be
just
counting
revealing as a character. Like, I mean, okay, he really wants to get them out of the way. He wants to do the master stroke to get everyone killed, which is, but this is also kind of a melodramatic conflict. Like, why the hell are they actually in conflict over this? Come on,
They're not.
It's getting
But
rid of
like Shido also just kills everybody that he doesn't like, whether they're aligned with him or not. So sure, whatever.
yeah.
Even if he is like the one who has the superpowers that launched him into extreme fame in the first place, whatever.
I like that every time Haru is like contributing something, it's always just completely useless logistic stuff. Like, is there anywhere we haven't checked yet? Thanks.
There is.
I'm glad this character exists to ask that question.
Oh yeah, God, remember when Haru was first introduced and like Morgana was like the master, and it's like nothing.
Yep. Remember when they tried
Nothing
to
at all.
escape and that went basically nowhere?
Yep,
The only time
nothing went anywhere.
The only time
all.
they even tried to have like some kind of big intergroup conflict,
Oh,
and it just immediately, you know.
Oh, the resolution was just that Morgana decided to pledge fealty to main character.
what's
yeah.
opening?
That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, you ready for some good localization?
I am.
This is
Well, pay attention to the dialogue here. Oh, giant rats. Hey, we passed that part. Kore. Okay, so this character only uses physical attacks. Like I said, I had an entire persona that reflected all physical attacks against me, so this was surprisingly easy on the Japanese version. Well, this is the easiest difficulty, so even though it does that much damage, it wouldn't do that much damage to the main character, basically. It's a fairly simple fight, but hey, also, man, that like mindfulness thing really is effective, isn't it?
down.
Okay, well, doesn't matter because just like I'm still showing it anyway.
Nice juggling.
Look, that's how it goes in the series. This is what I would consider critical content.
Sorry about that.
All right,
Okay, fair enough.
damn straight. Actually, getting a Morgana enraged kind of helped me there.
Yeah, that really, like, I don't see, like, I can see that being a big deal if you're, like, in a boss battle and you can't attack something, but no, it works perfectly for this thing, basically, doing as much damage
Yeah,
as possible.
nobody here is immune to physical attacks, so. Well, kind of. No, that still works just as well. Didn't remember exactly if it had at least like resistance, but no, not at all. Showtimes have also been coming extremely like fast and furious as I've been going through the dungeon, which is good because you can see right now that I am very low on SP on all of the characters. I told you brewing some of that coffee was going to be
Yep.
a good idea.
Yep, call back.
The call back to last episode.
Call back to an item you used.
Let's go get the damn last. Yeah, this might be the last will seed of the entire game. Well, wait, Maruki. Right.
And possibly the Memento thing. We don't know that yet.
Well, we haven't seen anything like that in Mementos yet.
Okay. You might be right.
Which is, I also feel like maybe that would be the exception. I honestly don't know. But hey, there we go. Crystal of Pride. Because of course it's going to be Pride.
Nice.
Episode 100. Jesus Christ, I can't believe this is 100 episodes, at least minimum a half hour long, and here we are. Here we are doing it.
A hundo.
We're still doing it.
Yep, get some Ulysses S. Grant. Here.
I don't even know what that means, but yes, this is truly a series of epic proportions.
Futaba is
unfortunately.
getting a reading from Inside, which is, of course, the Danish 2016 puzzle platformer from Dead Play Games.
Yeah, we were supposed to be doing on stream, but you decided not to. It was like, nah, I want to experience it without having people watching.
Yeah, that was fun, though. I'm glad we experienced it.
It was pretty fun, but I would have still liked. I think it would have been
Yeah,
a good.
I actually
video.
think that would have been a great stream. Yeah, in retrospect. But either way, I think we can all agree that whatever it is, it was better than Persona 5.
Oh, absolutely, because Persona 5 did not have nearly as many foot monsters.
Yeah. This is the per century mark, and we're up really late. We're doing this is the third of 3 episodes.
We decided to record all 3. I said before that I didn't want to make this all one episode because I thought that it was going to be way too long, and then we just recorded all 3 of them in a row anyway.
Yeah.
Maybe what I'll just do is I'll just go combo each one of these episodes into one. And it will just be a 3-hour episode, and whatever. Like the whole per century thing? No, fuck that. We'll save that for another couple episodes down the line.
Well, do you think that would be better or worse in killing your channel? Would this be better for you?
Oh, everything is the worst when it comes to
There's
killing.
nothing.
Okay, here, how about this? This will be part of episode 99, so that at least episode 100 will be the one where we fight Shido as a boss, proper.
I think that actually may make sense, but yeah. So it's going to be an hour.
Still, though, I like the idea of this being at least the fake 100 episode anyway.
Yeah. God.
It's what they call Fool's 100.
We got that classic 99 and a half.
Sure. I mean, whatever. It's just it's going to be an hour and a half long, but you just did that with the whole Answers episode. Why is the Persona Apocalypse getting worse over time? I hate it.
Well, I think it's because there's not a lot to talk about, but we have. Well, I guess there's stuff to talk about. It's not that bad.
I did admit in the last episode, or I guess this episode,
several episodes,
whichever one it might be,
it's all running together.
that I do. That's when I had my tsundere moment where I said that, okay, I actually do kind of like talking about Persona 5, even though I don't like it as a game.
Yeah. No, I agree. And I mean, it's one of those, the game has had some ups recently. It's also had its downs. More downs than ups.
More often.
Yes. It probably had its highest highs, though. I don't think we've seen anything that was worse than some of the worst scenes we've seen. But we've seen a lot of really high points here, just because they're actually putting.
We've seen the Medjed saga too.
Yes, that was probably the worst part of the entire game, I think, so far.
I still hold that is. Anyway, Shido's working with Yakuza. No surprise, really. But anyway, that does mean that we are going to have to fight Kiryu here.
Does he clean up problems by making people disappear?
Do you not know what a fucking cleaner is?
Yakuza?
It's the easiest thing to figure out.
Well, it's one of those things where it's, even if you don't know what it is, if you continually hear it in the context of the mafia, you'd be like, oh, I get what you're saying. It's obviously an assassin. What else could it be? Come on.
It's I don't even know if it's an assassin, more like the guy that just literally cleans up crime scenes too.
Yeah.
The sort that should probably have figured out that main character was not actually killed in an interrogation room maybe 5 days ago at this point.
Yeah.
As I expected.
And you think that...
Of course, that's more like... basically, I'm just talking about...
We're here to suggest a tattoo design for you.
Henry... something from
This guy
the
is great
Pulp Fiction.
at drawing.
I
He's an artist.
know what you're talking about, yeah.
The wolf. Why can't I remember his name?
This was 25 years ago.
I thought you'd be able to
Well, also, he's a very famous actor, though.
Oh, well, let's look it up. It's...
Yeah, sure. It's like this is post-commentary and all that. See, I told you that... Wait, no, I didn't actually tell you.
Very well.
diegetically in these
May I
episodes.
decide what I draw?
But it's just like that Yusuke was going to be drawing
I
something.
won't accept anything except the godly phoenix fitting for my godly personality.
Godly Phoenix fitting for my godly
Phoenix.
personality.
I'd
I
rather
can't believe that we're
something
fighting
else.
me.
Making excuses now, Mr. Artist? You're all talk.
Okay,
People
but we'll-
like you
I-
are a
you know-
dime a dozen.
Funny enough, don't have a tattoo.
Is it Harvey?
I am perfectly clean.
I can draw anything you want. Bring me a brush and a piece
Harvey Keitel is Winston Wolf.
Harvey Keitel.
It's
Okay,
finished.
that, yep. Even said it wrong.
Dude, this is totally not gonna work for a tattoo.
That would totally work for a tattoo. It's pretty simple, all things considered.
Yeah. Honestly, that's what you want with tattoos: is simplicity and creativity. You know, just like, because it's going to get worse as you get older,
This
right?
is my
So
perception of a
Oh,
phoenix.
yeah. It will start to become a very
no way
droopy
this is gonna
phoenix.
yeah.
I ain't seen
Turn
nothing
back
like
into the
this
ash
before.
from whence it came.
I like it.
Thank you.
That said, I agree. I would also get that sort of thing on there,
Seems
except I would
it
not.
went well.
I would not put
Well then.
an image
I
from Persona
request a
5 on
letter
my
of
body.
introduction.
Yeah, no.
On one condition.
I mean, you kind of are doing that with this channel, so to speak. You know, hundreds of episodes.
That's in a metaphysical way.
Yes. It's scarring your soul and your public image, but it's not your
I
body.
must decide my own
And
path as
replaced
an
all my
artist.
blood.
I
Oh
will
yeah,
not
the
receive
doping.
aid from others any
I'm
longer.
sorry about
Now,
that.
Right, the
if you
doping
understand,
scandal that I was
hand
involved in.
over the letter.
The
Otherwise,
purse doping.
We all remember. Oh man, you remember that arc of the channel?
That classic bit 5 episodes ago.
Cocky ass bastard.
5 episodes ago. That was way longer ago than that. That was like episode 75 or something.
Well, no, it's definitely in the Perspocalypse. Persona.
No, replacing all my blood with Persona 5 was way earlier than that.
Oh, it was okay. I don't remember it if it was before the Persona Apocalypse.
I think the doping scandal was more recent.
Which, by the way, it should be the.
Anyway, this guy only does physical attacks and darkness damage. So even on the Japanese version, I just brought out the guy that do the physical attacks.
By the way, it should be the Persona Apocalypse. Somebody mentioned that in the Discord. I didn't want to say.
No, that's way too many syllables.
I think it flows better. Persona Apocalypse. Persona Apocalypse.
It does flow better, but it has too many syllables.
I agree.
Like you know how it works when you're trying to do like acronyms or something. You go for something that's short, not for something that's very long.
Right, but now-
even if it might make more sense.
But now you go back and it's like it's the Persona Apocalypse. It just sounds awkward.
Personocalypse.
Personacalypse. Personectiki. Persmeltdown.
Persconectiki. Persmeltdown is pretty much that's what we should do.
Yeah. Personectiki, New York.
N and M are similar enough that we could just go Persmeltdown, and it's easy. Besides, we were already referring to this as the Purse Meltdown before the episode anyway.
Now you don't know this because you aren't as invested in Harris Whittle's like appearances on Comedy Bang Bang, but I think
Go on.
But we are accidentally rediscovering every single bit that he did in there. Just,
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Slowly.
It's just like we are just pale shadows.
Yes.
Of more talented people.
yeah. I mean that's the theme of the perspective. Perspective.
That's a theme of my entire channel. Northern Lion.
You're mine.
Don't think I don't know. There's so many other channels too.
There are so many good channels out there. It's really hard.
There's so many better channels than this. I can't believe you're watching this. Please don't stop. Please do not actually stop watching this episode. To go say view another better playthrough of Persona 5.
I think that is the final Purse Meltdown is when you tell the viewers to shut up.
Oh no, that's worse than anything I could have come up with.
Like that'll be the final decline. That's like
The alpha and the omega of the series.
yeah.
Oh no! I can't believe we reached it. It's not actually episode 100 right now, you know.
Well, the Omega is going to be that last semester we found out about.
Oh, you're right. Oh, Jesus. No, that's not like the Omega. That's like the fabled character that comes after Omega. Scientists and scholars have not yet realized what it is,
Yeah.
but it will only be a matter of time.
I think it's just Z or Z.
Especially when they discover our channel. Well, my channel. Fuck you, you don't get part of the channel. You're gonna have to be a part of a lot more series than that.
I like. So we're at 10 minutes, and I think we're thoroughly out of content at this point.
It's not even been 10 minutes. It's kind of amazing.
Yeah. Y'all ever notice how British people,
where we've gone to infighting.
how people from like Great Britain and Australia say the word, say the letter H as H? You ever notice that? And they say Z as Z. Isn't that interesting?
Z as Z I know about, but H as H I never
Yeah,
heard.
that's the thing is you really don't know it until you think to hear it, and you're gonna.
Also, people in Canada say pasta instead of pasta.
Really?
They do. I've heard it several times.
Pasta? Or pasta?
Pasta.
Pastana. Yeah, okay.
Past.
You punks are tough.
Please don't tell me this episode is going to be called the Pastana.
Well, it's your channel.
Christ.
It's your choice.
It's Pastana 5 the something.
How are you going to get the pronunciation in there? I mean, that's the whole point of it. Otherwise, it's going to be like Pastana, which you're not going for.
And this is going to be occurring more than an hour into the episode.
Yeah, the thing people need to know about Canadians is that, well, so much of them live like so close to the U.S. that actually, when you think of a Canadian accent, it's probably better to just think of a Brooklyn accent because it's actually pretty close. In like for
Or,
the Toronto and
Midwest.
stuff. Yeah, there you go.
Like our accent
Yes.
that I'm speaking with right now.
Exactly.
They must have only been linked monetarily.
John Mulaney is a classic like Chicago accent, by the
Well,
way.
we finally
So.
have all 5.
Is it? Well, that would explain a lot.
Get into the main assembly hall, right?
Only way too...
And I
yeah, no,
believe
that
was
explains
where
way
we
too
find
much.
treasure. We've been to most other places
I'm not
to
paying
gather
attention to
letters.
that. Like,
Anyway,
I
I want to remind everybody that I am the modern John Mulaney.
Has anything happened
As I'm
in
sure
this
you all know,
series this
We
video?
met a Yakuza guy. We met Kiryu Kazuma. That's cool.
Okay,
know
yeah.
The Joker, who they presume dead, is in fact still alive.
Actually,
We
straight
will
up,
be
if like
putting our backs to the wall.
Kiryu was in this game, I would probably that would bump it up even another point.
By the way, I like how awkward
Past the-
that sentence was by Makoto. It's just like, yeah, the Joker, who they presume dead, was actually alive.
Then it's decided.
Just a
The real question is,
Extremely
how and
accurate
where do we
translation.
send the
Yes.
calling card?
Anyway, how and where do we send the damn calling card? Let's spend, let's say, I don't know, about 32 minutes and 9 seconds.
Theatrically done. A minor leak will only be crushed by Shooter's influence.
You know,
So really, like, we're just gonna spend this whole time explaining the calling card thing?
that was the last guy.
Finally,
We got all the letters of introduction.
Oh my god!
That's it.
What's the matter?
Look, don't you remember how long it took to get into the palace in the first place?
Yeah, that's true.
About it here. Let's head back.
Do you really? Don't you remember the rest of Persona 5?
Yeah, I do remember this game. That's right.
I'll sit back, relax, and just take in the repetition.
We can finally open that door. And I love how much of Persona 5 is just like logistics, like
A lot of opening
like
doors.
they had to get the door
in the
opening.
series.
The door opening engine. That's a callback to I think the last one.
Actually, no. Here's Goro. I
Oh
lied.
hell yeah! Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It's actually better than we thought. For once.
Now is it,
Fucking once.
so this is his actual Persona.
Here.
Well, no, that's
I'm
just.
impressed.
This is just a
That's-
cognition thing. Okay.
It seems
No,
I
no, no, no,
underestimated
it's not a
your abilities.
cognition. This is
You
actually
truly are
Goro.
interesting.
Because, of course, he would have access
Yet
into
possessing
to
the
Goro's
courage
palace.
and
Why wouldn't he?
Yeah,
determination
yeah,
to
no.
take action.
Makes sense.
Like, he's the guy he's working
Circumstances
for.
would
He would
prove
probably,
great
like, find
liability.
him before anybody else.
Okay.
It's not too late. Yeah. It's not too late, mass murderer. But yeah, sure, whatever.
How wonderful.
Like,
You don't allow
think
yourself
about
to be
what
enslaved
like
by
Madarame
such
did
things as
versus
human
what Goro
relations.
did, and we're just like, it's not too late.
And
We can
so
still be
your
friends.
heart is always free. The exact
You stole some
opposite of
art.
mine. To be honest,
He also did let Yusuke's
Yeah,
mother
yeah,
die.
yeah.
But compared to mass murder,
Yeah, no, I
Keiichi,
mean, they clearly made it so that his mother. Yeah, they clearly really tried to stack the rhetorical deck with Madarame.
hey, rank 9, nice.
all right.
That's what it took, apparently.
So that tells me
Okay.
But it's no use talking.
if you're not killing him,
That didn't
I mean,
happen
and I'm
in
assuming you're
reality.
killing him. but we'll find out.
Reggie,
Oh, we're
why
definitely
are
gonna
you
kill him.
Okay,
cooperating
okay.
with someone
Like,
like
come
Shido?
on. This
Don't
is
you
the
see what
actual
this house
Goro.
looks
This is not
like?
just like a fake shadow or
Mr.
whatever. This is
Waitress.
yeah, Makoto, exactly.
Cooperating? What are you talking about?
You killed so many people.
This country.
You only care about yourself. Oh,
Masayoshi
wow.
Shido.
Oh,
My father. There it is, baby. You thought that whole fucking bit that I was going on earlier was a dumb thing.
Shido's your father?
Here we go.
Remember I said
That is a pretty good reveal.
how my mother had been in a
Eh,
relationship
once
with
again,
some
Goro
good
remains
for
best
nothing
character
in the
man.
game.
So I'm his bastard
I mean,
child.
no surprise.
And he's a
Very
bastard child.
existence
No,
is a
okay.
scam.
I'm liking.
My mother's life turned
They
for
did
the
a great
worse
job
after
with
she
Goro.
had me.
No shade
Yep.
whatsoever.
We knew about this before,
I was a
and
cursed
yeah, it's
child for her
Shido.
too.
Of course, it's fucking Shido.
From be-
I mean, this is actually, compared to like the connection between Madarame and like Kaneshiro. It's like, yeah, no, this is
Who cares about those people? Who cares about anything that they did? They shouldn't have even had palaces. It was a complete waste. But
when it
you know,
happened.
Goro.
especially Kaneshiro.
Yeah, Goro's got a lot of stuff going on here.
He's doing the fucking reaching the hands out to the heaven and everything.
And he's wearing that ridiculous outfit, which is perfect. Like he's got those epaulets on. He's got the whole all the trimmings, the marching band,
the shoulder
yeah.
brushes.
My targets were all doing the same
I can't hear the music, but I'm assuming it's some really wild version of the 95 trombone in the front of the band. From
No, if only. But no, it's just kind of like this generic. I think it's called layer cake. If you want to look it up online.
Okay.
within my grasp. Once
You killed so many people to get to this point.
I'm going to whisper in his ear. I will tell him
Like, do I have to remind you how many? Whatever.
And that's when an utter disgrace
Look,
to
Goro,
the
even
world,
as like
will
a
over.
generic evil villain, is still pretty entertaining.
Yeah, no, I mean this is just good stuff. Like I swear, it's like we sometimes criticize plots for being kind of contrived and overwrought, but you know what? Like this is
Well, we compare Persona 5 to that because that's the only thing we compare everything to now.
Well,
It's ruined
yeah,
us.
yeah, no, it has. But like it's a completely, by the way, great villain
We won't
arc
get killed for
here
something like that.
for what you're doing right there. But
But you're really nothing more than a
like
little
what Goro's
kid
doing
going
right now
through a
is like
tantrum.
it's totally cliche. It's everything he's doing is cliche. Don't lecture me, you piece of shit. Hell yeah.
That's pretty good.
I'm gonna personally
That is
thrust
true.
Masayoshi Shido into a living hell. So Joker, rest easy and die. That is pretty awesome dialogue.
I agree.
Anyway, I'm not going to interrupt it, which is why I sped past that as fast as possible.
You sure sound confident. Don't go pressing your luck. We already know all your tricks from back when you were working with us.
How do you know that, Ryuki?
And
How could you be so
Thank you,
successful
Keiji,
while
because,
having
like,
such
come
an
on.
Yeah,
obvious
slap
partner?
Ryuki down.
Bluffing.
yeah, like, hey, come on. We know you're like weak to
He truly
like
is behind
curse
Rachel's shot
damage and
eyes.
no, he's
He's
not.
likely only shown us a fraction of his strength.
Because of course he's fucking not.
I'll tell you all about
Hell yeah.
my true power.
This is really good. Like, I know
Take
it's
that knowledge with you
absolutely
to the grave.
ridiculous, but it's so perfect.
It is, but whatever. That's fine.
Yeah, this rocks.
And here we go.
And of
So obviously this is like an actual boss fight before the proper
The
boss
mental
fight.
shutdowns aren't the only incidents people are
Multi-phase
talking
and everything.
about. There are also the breakdowns which cause
At least I'm
people
glad
to
that.
turn
Well,
psychotic,
yeah, I know.
creating
Like
accidents
we
and
already
escapes.
we could
Yeah.
guess. You don't really have to explain that to
Those
us.
cannot be explained unless the true culprit has the power to make
yep,
people's hearts
but
psychotic.
okay.
Yeah, but like,
That's
I mean,
right.
we don't know how you're doing what you're doing in the first
Of
place.
course, we
so
don't have it yet. But otherwise, we would have done
He's
it
gonna try
at some
something.
point, probably.
we would not have done it. What you're talking
Oh yeah, I suppose. I mean, but we would have known how to do it. Is what I'm trying to say. Like, of course we
Gasp! That is not Robin Hood.
would. Yeah.
I would recognize that stupid persona anywhere.
That wasn't Robin Hood. Could it have been a different persona?
Even the
Are you saying that you
feeblest
have
instruments can gain tremendous
two
power.
personas?
So it would be Persona.
You better not underestimate these two.
Yeah, I know it would be persona, but I swear they've said
The
personas
enemies
in
are
this
way
game.
stronger now.
Persona is Latin. Persona is the English of the Latin, I guess.
As you do. Anyway, these guys are still like weak to the same thing, so you know.
I guess if it's a cruise.
Besides, look, Goro does still have basically the same like move set: big physical, big curse, big less damage. So that one persona that I was using before that reflects physical and everything still has resistance to both curse and bless damage. So, yeah.
Okay.
Not to mention the fact that these guys are more or less just jabronis, even if they are buffed up a little bit.
Yeah.
Not the strongest characters. Look, you would have to bring out like 5 Baphomets to clean her wood.
So, is there gonna be, is it actually gonna be the whole rest of the episode will be the Goro fight?
Power to make others turn
Yeah.
psychotic.
Cool.
He used it on actual people? This guy's
He used
out
it
of
on
his
actual
mind.
people? Really?
Of
You mean?
course, I didn't expect you to be defeated by.
Yes and no. We still
You
got more
deceived me
cutscenes,
and escaped death after
as
all.
you can see.
Yeah. Also, I mean, like,
I wouldn't give up my chance to massacre.
I like that
you
Haru
with
hasn't
2
said anything.
hands.
Oh, why would Haru say anything?
I mean, I guess she's not in this, but like, but he killed her father.
Yeah, he was the one who killed her father. I think that's pretty well established.
No, I know, but like, he's. I mean, she needs to apologize to him. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah, of course. Because, like, you know, he wouldn't have had to kill her father if he wasn't alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Also, fun fact, Goro does mostly target Joker during the entire fight.
That's a nice touch.
Because, of course.
I mean, it's also a completely rational thing to do because you only need to get Joker
it does
down.
a little bit different, a little bit difficult in terms of mechanics, but, you know.
Well, I mean,
Again, I at this point, I had, like, reflect physical, so whatever.
I mean, and also this is like the English version, so it's not like it was super hard.
Yeah, it's the easier version. But even in the Japanese version, what happened was I was able to beat him in one try, which is why I was like, this probably should get the subtitles and everything, but also I would have to beat the cleaner guy over again, and that was a really long fight and everything too. So it's like, compared to most of the like stuff that I put in English for this set of episodes, I think this probably deserves more to be in the subtitle.
Uh-huh.
So he's able to turn
But I
people
didn't.
psychotic.
Honestly, that was
Like the
not
Nav, but
that was
it
not
seems
a
to be his
very
own
special
persona's
fight. I
power.
think he's down for good though.
Can't believe that the ability to
Oh,
control
definitely.
and
I mean, you
drive
saw his
others
heart.
mad
Ignore
was
the
born
other
from
persona
his
we saw
heart.
there.
Yes.
I'll kill you. You're all gonna die.
Thank you, Goro.
Will you please
Goro's
stop?
so damn
You're
intense.
fighting the wrong people.
Like,
We
again,
both hate the
think
same
about what we
guy.
did to
Why do
Madarame
we have to
and
go
what
against
Madarame
each
did
other?
just in general
Yeah.
versus like what Goro did, and we're just like, hey, come on, guy, man,
Ma-
like calm down.
Madarame
Like,
let
we
one
can be
person.
friends.
Madarame let one person die and stole some art, and Goro is like a mass murderer who's completely unapologetic,
Sometimes
and
I
his
think
only
about
thing
that
that he's
fake magic
regretting
that you
right
guys
now is
made
that he
up.
wanted to
That was the
win.
worst trap,
Like,
but
and he-
if not for that,
Yeah.
I don't think I'd be here right
It's
now.
not fair. I was supposed to
But that's the
win.
entire thing.
I was supposed to get my.
I
vindication.
wanted to see.
And
Yeah, I
you
wanted to
don't
see.
really
I
hate Joker, do
wanted to see
you?
like one of the
That
things, especially with
smile
like, you know,
before
main
we
character
fought.
being accused of
Isn't that how you really
crimes
feel?
that were, well, I guess he committed them, but they were entirely
Follow
justified.
your true feelings.
And everything like
Even
that.
if
It's
you
just
think
like we would
people
show a
hate
little bit
you
more
and don't want you
mercy
around.
to the fucking villains, and it's like now we finally get it.
Also, I just love this. Like, you know, he's like, you know, we all know you actually like Joker. No,
I was
like,
extremely particular
look,
about my
Vegeta.
life,
come on,
my grades.
come on, Goro.
Vegeta.
Be honest with yourself
someone would
before
want
you,
me
you,
around.
for once before you die.
I am an ace detective.
Vegeta.
A celebrity.
I love that he's like got this. So he's clearly got this ridiculous like complex about being an ace detective. Like, but I was
Oh,
supposed.
he loves
I
it.
was supposed to be the great boy detective Goro.
How can such a worthless
I
piece
mean,
of trash be more special than
Oh, he's, once again, best character in the game.
By huge margin. No.
Yeah, but like a large margin.
bullshit?
Large margin.
What was that?
He was turning into his black mask guy form, you idiots. Like, what do you learn?
What did you
Once
expect?
again, you can't pretend like this is a new, like, revelation or something.
Yeah.
A black mask?
We even saw him at the end of the Okamura Palace.
Yeah.
It can't be. There was another intruder besides us with
I just love that they're explaining this like it even needs to be explained. He's got a dark persona. Fine. He's got a second persona.
Yeah, this a dark Persona 5. Yeah.
I'll let you in on a little something. There's a criminal using
We know. I've been paying attention to the game even the slightest bit up to this point.
Yeah. So they're just like really. It's like it's the black mask killer. Who could that be? Like,
Who could that
I
be?
get it. Like, so you were behind the mental shutdowns after all. He just said.
Yeah, we fucking know.
He just said he was doing that. Why?
We've known. Like, who else? Who else would it be?
At this point, we know. Was there any doubt? He said he had the power like 2 minutes ago.
He had the power. He's like fucking Captain Planet.
Remember? He said, like, oh, I have this power to cause psychotic breakdowns, and you don't have this power.
Isn't this what you
It's the thing I do. And then he did it.
I'm the boy detective who hunts people down and gives them psychotic breakdowns.
until one of us
And kills
Oh,
them.
okay.
It's
I,
like, we know
I do have an
this.
actual question. Are the psychotic breakdowns and mental shutdowns, are those different?
it sends chills down my
I didn't actually know that myself, but apparently they are.
Okay.
But they were still caused by
But
Akechi.
clearly it
Both.
didn't matter one whit. Like, clearly it's the same guy doing it anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I did.
I think it's not like we've had people who are psychotic, and the fact that they were psychotic is the problem we had to solve. It's just it doesn't matter.
Oh boy, look at that fucking Akechi.
Yeah, I love Rikichi in like the last, in the Sainajima fight where he was doing that too. Like he had a great cutscene. Oh, also what a great persona.
Yep, it looks like one of the characters from Strange Journey when you were in Fornius. Oh no, Fornax? Whatever it's called. Look, I played a lot of the Megami Tensei games.
He's having a happy mask guy, happy mask shop meltdown.
You're going down.
Right now.
Yep.
I'll destroy you.
Well, his persona's just kind of sitting there going like, yep,
Yep.
this is what I do.
No way!
That bastard. He made himself go psychotic.
I don't know if this would happen if I wasn't at like, rank 9 of his whole thing.
I hope you get the chance to go 10 because I probably not if you have it.
Spoiler, I do.
Okay, that's what I thought.
This might just be like the finale of his arc.
Yeah.
And if I didn't do that, I wouldn't be able to see this. So,
Okay, that is pretty cool.
hard to say though.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to hear the counterfactual where we didn't get to the end.
Yeah, needless to say, it's like this is the best social link by far.
Yeah, and by the way, I do think it's a little bit ridiculous that they're like, yeah, teammates. I don't want teammates. I don't want friends. I'm gonna do this all on my own, which just isn't a very compelling evil thing. Like, no.
I'm gonna go my own way.
Uh-huh.
Well, anyway, there's like Akechi as Black Mask. We didn't actually get a name, much like most of the villains of the game. We didn't actually get a name for him. But yeah, even though he does have a different persona, Loki, at this point in time, it is still fire and physical, which I was looking through here to see if I had anybody that does. Not quite. Not whatever. Get the guy that has nuke boost. But it's just like, yeah, in the Japanese version where I'm playing on challenge mode, it is still a pretty easy comparatively fight.
Is it just like a leveling?
It's like compared to most of the palace bosses that I've been fighting before this point, he's not, he doesn't really compare.
Is it just like you're over leveled because you've been doing all the social links that you can?
More or less, but I also have been taking the time to like craft up persona that have really good, skill sets and resistances and everything like that.
Okay.
Having a character that will reflect all the physical attacks, whether it's a gun or regular physical, is very powerful. Because, physical attacks are what a lot of enemies will use in in lieu of actual like anything else.
Mhm.
They usually have like, hey, I can do wind attacks and also physical attacks.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Also, Iguchi is he's really having a push meltdown here.
It's very fitting for this.
Yeah.
It's the sort of thing where I thought that this would still be a pretty good episode 100, but I think it should be Shido's fight just because having played a little bit of that,
It's pretty good.
oh man,
Okay.
it's something.
Okay.
Yeah, whatever. Already reflect freezing. But still, it's just like, hey, our favorite fucking character in the game finally doing the thing. He's doing the
Yeah,
thing.
and it's everything we expected. It's a good, like, just
It's not the worst goddamn story arc of, like, you ain't no Yoshida.
yeah.
Right. Yeah. Does make me wonder if he does in fact rejoin the party.
In some form, yeah.
You're gonna have both of them. We have both Loki and Robin Hood.
I feel like the
because-
fact that he was, the fact that
we have the extra semester. Don't forget.
not even that. Just we have the we've had him as a party member already, you know, and like it was kind of like he's the odds and ends character, so it's not like this necessity to bring him back. But I think they just find a stupid reason. They find stupid reasons to do stupid things, so why would they find a stupid reason to do something cool for once in the
Yeah, really.
goddamn game?
You know, I we've actually mentioned the Metal Gear Solid 4 whole like end cutscene before,
Well, just
where it's like he just kind of brings a gun there for no reason. But like, yo, you jumped through the hoops to bring a character who is definitely, absolutely dead back to life.
yeah,
Why would you just kill him again? You know?
yeah. Like,
Same thing here.
I mean, yeah, really, like, and it's one of those things where it's like, Metal Gear Solid in general, like, find some ridiculously stupid and contrived reason to do the thing that's cool. Like, instead of doing it in order to not do an arc, like they did with Medjed and Okamura.
Yeah, really. And then just tie it in anyway to the whole like overall plot line.
Yeah, you only killed his psychotic version. Come on, bring AKT back. Bring the best boy back. I don't want to play this game. I don't want to live on this.
I'm glad that you did see the title of one of the previous episodes. Much like many people in Hollywood credits that are credited as best boy and have no idea what that means, Sakechi still remains that.
I've had enough.
Yeah, get a grip,
You're
best
so
boy.
lucky.
So lucky, I just have like 10 other people
Teammates who
to
acknowledge
back
you.
me up.
And once Shido confesses his crimes,
Let's be honest here. This wasn't like the duel we did before, which I still barely won.
We'll find out my past deductions were just charade.
This is such a cool way for him to be like defeated. It's just like, no, I'm a fraud, and people are gonna find out.
So you were turning people
No.
psychotic, then solving the cases yourself.
That's Goro for you.
And you did that by joining forces with Shido.
Again, more. God, just like let people actually do bad
you're
things.
more than special.
Why is Goro the only one that got that?
Your
He's
wit
the
and strength
best.
Like, I love that.
character
Just like
in the game.
everyone is like, let's all just
He
admit
only
how
defeated
good
you by
Goro.
teaming up.
Like,
Honestly,
honestly,
Yeah,
you're much better.
there it
You're
is.
much better than all of us combined. It was just cards on the table.
Trusted you.
Yo, let's be real.
I
You
have
should
no
be the main
intention of
character.
forgiving you for what you did to my father.
But at the same time, you're still pretty cool.
I
You're way too
wholeheartedly
cool for this
understand wanting
game.
to get back at the adults who took from you.
You should be in a better game than
You
this.
Yeah.
gained the power to fulfill that desire.
Yeah, shut up,
You
Yusuke.
only used it for your own.
Yeah, shut the fuck up.
self-benefit.
Nobody wants to hear
If you've got
Yusuke.
more than one persona, maybe you actually have the same kind
Interesting
of powers
points
as
with
You,
me.
Tom.
you already wanged that whole
No
thing
one.
with a fucking phoenix
only got two
tattoo.
personas.
Come on.
Yeah, what's the point,
For your
Yusuke?
lies,
What are you
one
doing
thing I
here?
hate. Still, you thought that was enough, right?
Well, he has good physical and ice attacks, but I haven't been using him at all.
Yeah, but-
If anybody, I would use
Yet that
probably
was
like
the one thing
Haru.
left.
She has like the ability to cure, status effects
All
and
right,
everything.
Let's
Take-
go back and get that
Take
calling card ready.
Yusuke's. Yeah, I like that Ryuji's
We're
like,
gonna
okay, let's
take
kill him.
Shido down. What are you gonna do?
Finally.
It'd be a problem if you kept getting in our
Look,
way.
your storyline is
Come on
over.
and help
Come
us settle
on.
things?
Are you all idiots? You should get
Exactly, Goro.
if you don't want me getting in your way.
What? How did he say? Are you all idiots? Why do you say that in Japanese?
I mean, I could go look that up
Well,
right now if you want.
You don't have to.
Truly
just-
beyond my comprehension.
Probably like Baka Dene,
Okay.
Bakamitai. A gasp.
Another one? Wait, is he?
That's Shido's cognitive version of Akechi.
Kind of surprising we didn't see him before. He seemed like an important
I'll deal
dude,
with
but
the
you
rest
know.
of you later.
Oh, yandere eyes.
Captain Shido's orders. He has no
This is
need
so
for
wild.
losers. Well, this just moves the plan up a little. He's going
mean,
to get rid of you after the election.
It's like,
anyway.
why didn't he appear before? You would think he would be the
Did
cleaner,
you truly
but
believe you'd be
whatever.
spared after all the murders you undertook? Don't
Yeah,
tell
really. It's
me.
just like he betrays
Were you
everybody
actually
else.
feeling good about having someone rely
And I
on
know
you
that you
for
were just
once?
doing that to fuck around with him in the
by
first
way,
place, but
The
still.
captain says it's time you receive
Wow, this is
retribution
pretty
for causing
hardcore.
the
Even
mental
like the
shutdowns.
fake Akechi is pretty
Hell,
damn
man, That
hardcore.
bastard's the one who put him up to it.
Of course he is. He's already a mass murderer.
I see. I was
God,
wondering
this
how he
is look at
protects
how
himself.
like useless the main
If I use
characters
my
are.
power
Like
to
in
tear through his
comparison to this, like
palace,
what are they
turns out
adding to
you're
any
wrong.
of this?
So he's making a puppet kill me.
Goro really should have been the main character,
Sounds like
shouldn't he?
something he'd do.
Yeah.
That's right. I'll do anything. But look at yourself. You're the true puppet.
Well, yeah, obviously.
I mean, not
You want
not
to be
technically.
acknowledged, didn't
Oh,
you?
look at that face.
To be loved. You've been nothing but
This
a
is so
puppet from the very
goddamn
beginning.
hardcore. Like he's having his own.
I love it.
He's having his own image of Akechi kill the
Is how
real
Shido thinks of
Akechi,
Goro Akechi.
and it's a
Which is
and
so
it's
dumb. I love it.
yeah.
Too horrible.
It's
It's
too
Haru's
horrible.
blade. We can change his heart together.
Okay, look,
Even if
Haru.
he's your father.
Yeah.
No,
Even if
because
he's your
he's your
father.
father.
No, because he's your father. Haru knows all about
Haru. Look at that face once again.
First.
that rocks.
No,
This is so dumb.
alone. He has shadows too.
Once again, best book.
This is delightfully
I'll let
stupid,
someone
but it's
volunteer to take his place.
okay.
It is still very
Delay
stupid.
his
Yusuke, we've come to a decision.
You guys are all about doing things
We
for
can
others,
we can
aren't you?
replace
Oh,
you
that's just the same as me.
with Shadow
I'm
Go.
going to
Listen,
all the
you're
blame
just
for
not
our
cool
captain.
enough.
I'll
You
die
just
for him
suck.
too.
Like, look, can you do that face?
Is what Shido thinks of Akechi-kun.
The answer is no. I already know that.
No, you have a
With the
stupid
murders?
bunny mask or whatever.
Here,
Who cares?
I'll give you one
Yeah,
last
exactly.
chance. Shoot them.
Rabbits versus weird yandere. Stupid face.
Uh,
I was
And also two persona. Come
Also,
on.
just real Akechi's like got such. Oh hell yeah, hell yeah.
Please
Captain
do it.
wishes to
Do it.
see.
Do it. Do it. You tried it once already.
I just love that it's just like this game breaking thing where I also have a gun that I didn't use.
Everybody has
Oh
abs.
hell yeah.
Yeah, of course. Again.
I'm not complaining at all.
He still might show up again.
Uh-huh.
And sorry, Ryuji, but like he's gonna replace you.
Whoa, what is this?
Akechi! Hurry up.
Oh, whatever. He had his time.
Fool! Are you trying to get yourself killed?
Shut the fuck up, Yusuke.
Are you guys? You should have just abandoned me here a long time ago. You would have all perished.
Okay, bye.
If you had tried to face these with me weighing you down.
All right, bye.
Akechi-kun.
We're going then.
I don't believe he's dead until I see the body, and I know they
Make a
won't.
deal.
Because
Yeah,
they're leaving it
exactly.
open. Because he's gonna
You won't
rejoice.
say no, will you?
He already has
Why at a time
all of
like
the
this?
code required to make him a team member.
Wow, that is cynical. But you know what? I'm not gonna complain at all.
Yo, you gonna disagree?
We need more Goro. We need less of like 5 characters.
I'll hold on to your glove.
After
all this, that's what
After
you have
all
to
this,
say.
that's what you have to say.
Seriously,
You really are.
you really are.
Back mitai.
But yeah, there's like an actual fucking boss fight that was gonna happen in this.
Yeah.
Am thou
I did not see this coming either.
Mhm.
All right, level 10, of course. Wouldn't really think this would come from hanging out with him at this point. And then
All right. All right.
Metatron.
What is?
A little bit better than getting Satan this time.
So,
So my final enemy is a puppet version of myself, Tilda.
Tilda.
Like like the symbol.
Open, Mona?
Ooh, woo.
Yes.
his signal is gone. I'm only
well.
getting the weaklings.
I also did a recording for the Discord where somebody in the Discord was asking me to say "ooh"
Come
a
on,
bunch
you
of
guys.
words. So
You can't let a rotten
I knew
criminal
it.
like
I
Shido
knew it.
do
I
what he
knew
wants any
somebody would
longer.
fucking say
You
that.
can't. No matter what.
You know they just want it for music.
I know.
How could you do that for music?
Music is the music of the heart, or whatever. The Phantom of the Opera thing. Who cares?
Well, anyway, that was a lot of fun. Let's go.
Yeah, let's go, Junket. No, I don't want to leave until we get Akeshi back. You all suck. Well, I suck.
We already... Look, he said he was going to sacrifice himself, but whatever.
He's got a plan. He's always got a plan.
Yeah, or he's dead. Whatever. He did try to kill me.
Yeah, but let's face it. We're pretty useless.
Well, yes, but, you know,
Yeah, I suppose.
we still, like... Come on, we've been managing.
Yeah. Managing mostly because of Goro. But let's be honest.
I mean, he was in the party for the entirety of Sai's
He's the
dungeon,
only
so-
one who actually had any initiative other than maybe Futaba. Maybe Makoto.
Well, that's the real thing, yeah, now, isn't it?
Yeah, like 2 out of
And Futaba.
2 out of 7 characters who aren't Goro.
Goro. It's just, man, it really does just highlight how much of a gap he leaves by not being here now.
Yeah, they better bring him back. Otherwise, this game is an automatic 0 out of 10. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, because, you know,
I mean, what I'm saying is, you can have one good character, and that can really go a long way towards redeeming
It sounded as though there was quite
a
the
show.
crowd
Absolutely.
A
inside.
game.
Heard voices through the
Yeah.
door.
But given how it looks,
But at the same time,
this has to be the root of the
well, hey,
discussion.
I want him back.
we're back to, like, very
picking up on the
normal
treasure's presence as well.
dialogue right
At the end of the day, this isn't a
Places where it
literary
will appear.
criticism like we normally do, where we're like we're critiquing the plot. Or this is just, I want Goro back. I want him to be our friend. And
Yeah, exactly.
I want him to be my friend in real life.
the most interesting
I want him to be our friend in real life, and I want to continue the story of our lives with Goro and not these other characters. No offense. Well,
Don't worry, we still have the entire extra semester.
it would be funny if the only reason he can't join them is because he killed Hara's father, and she's like, no. I think that's a little bit much.
I'm sorry, no.
Exactly.
There you go. Well, anyway, that's the entire fucking dungeon. Holy Christ, that took so long. But hey, it was a good one.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Compared to, like, Okamura's dungeon.
Also,
yeah.
just the most threadbare disguise there. Just
Yeah, and once again, we gotta go. Like, look, cap off the episode. Just like, yeah. Yeah, whenever Makoto's not on screen, everybody should be asking. Yeah, it's super sad. Anyway.
he was a mass murderer. Honestly, I have mixed feelings. You know, why
was a mass murderer.
he killed her father, and she's like,
he killed so many people.
I'm sorry for being, a buzzkill, but she did kill my father. So I
did kill my
I
dad.
have
I
mixed
mean, just like-
feelings.
Akechi saved us all in the end.
Only, like there's good and there's
It's
bad.
a 6 out of 10
Succeed
kind
on
of
this
thing.
mission, no matter what.
6 out of 10.